So just to say that I have another meeting coming up, which is 27th, 29th in person in Pax Lodge in London. So if any of you are interested in that, it's coming up. Yeah, we can. Yeah, that's just to let you know. And there may be some others later in the year, but I'll tell you about those. Okay, so I'm going to just say a few words to begin, and then we can start. I mean, it's interesting because there's never a stop to this or a start really. It's just what is. That's all that's being expressed here is just what is. There's nothing special about this. This is extremely ordinary. This is just what's apparently happening. All that's being expressed here is just actually about the wonder of what is apparently happening. Just simply that. Timelessness. Timelessness. Just the end of time, the end of trying to find something. This is the end of seeking. This being expressed here is the end of seeking. So it's not anything which is difficult to understand or something which is really complicated and requires a whole load of explanation. This doesn't need any explanation at all. This is just all there is. How can this be explained? It's impossible. This is impossible to be explained. It's impossible to understand and to be explained and to be, dissected or anything like that. The only thing really that wants to try to understand this is me. And what is me? Me is just a quality of contraction. It's a state. I call it the me state because it's not real. It's not something absolute. It's not something that I can say is a separate thing called something, which is exactly what me does. Me goes around the world trying to identify everything. And the fundamental thing that is, right at the root of that is I am. I am real. I am here. You are there. It's this. And in the end, what goes on is that whole thing just falls apart. That whole idea just collapses. And there's nothing there that actually wants to investigate whether there's a me or not. This is the end of the investigation. And the end of the investigation just leaves what is. It's just this. And of course, it can be, turned into something, that is a dreamed up fantasy. And that will never be what this is. This is enoughness. This is enoughness because there isn't anything seeking it. This is enoughness because it's just enough. There can't be words to describe that. It's just what is. So, yeah, introductions really are just icebreakers. There's nothing to say here. This is just a response. So, yeah, please, we can talk about this however you like, whatever questions come up or not, or whatever wants to be said, please. This is an open forum of, exploration. And there isn't anything here that really is there's nothing important over here. This is not going to give you anything at all. It's just an expression. Not important.
Hi, David.
Hi,
Susanna.
Susanna. Hi. Oh, yes, I can see you now. Yeah. Hi, Susanna. Hi.
Hi. So is it that so you're saying that whatever you coming out of your mouth, it isn't important. It's that it seems that, well, there is no one, so there's just responses coming out of any mouth, like right
Yeah.
now over here, there's
Yeah.
just a response coming.
Absolutely.
So none of it that is important out of any
No.
apparent mouth.
No. Absolutely. There's nothing that's important. Me
Right.
tries to create hierarchy naturally. That's what it does, of course, because it's a quality of sensing that there is someone, and then what that someone else potentially is threatening. So this always has to be above, or make something above, or below, or create a kind of hierarchy. And essentially, that's just that whole idea is just all part of the dream of me. There isn't anyone.
Great. Yeah, I'm noticing right now, just even like putting my, the photo up and the voice and like nervousness and like what am I saying, and is it okay the way I'm saying it? Also, all of that is
Yeah.
sort of the contraction of the me state. It's just, and it's not wrong or right.
No,
It's what
no.
happens.
It's
Yeah.
just what's going on. Me is, it's me. I sometimes I would say, me is like a fever. What you going, it's that's what's going on. It's the fever of self-consciousness. So that's what seems to be going on there, and that will apparently go on, and then it can just completely fall away. That fever can break. No one does that, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what seems to happen.
Right. And so there's always the seeking for that to happen.
Yeah.
But that's also the me, you're saying it, that's just the seeking state. That's just what it does.
Seeking seeking is me. Seeking is me. That it's the same word. There's no difference. Yeah.
Mm. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Oops. Hi, David.
Hi.
It's Leander. Hi.
Hi, Leander. Oh, hi.
Hiya.
Hi.
Why does me want to be here then? Why does me enjoy or kind of feel this sense of like, oh, I want to be in this, I want to have this conversation?
Well, I mean, I don't think me does actually.
Okay.
I think that there's something that this what's being expressed is just absolutely known to that body, to that to energy. It's completely known what is being expressed. It's just me is in constant resistance to this. Me actually really hates this, what is being expressed here, because actually it just completely undermines that whole idea that there is someone. So it's in a certain sense there's a sort of attraction to this, but it's not because anybody is attracted to it. It's just what seems to happen. There seems to be attraction to this. Commonly when that the heaviness of that me, it seems to be, it seems to get too much. And this, in a certain sense, is this expression really just isn't speaking to that to me at all. It's got no interest in me. There's nothing here for me.
Okay. There's a relief.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah. I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing to get, which is wonderful. I mean, it's in a certain sense that's these kind of discussions, which there aren't that many of, but these kind of discussions are the sort of situations where there isn't anything that needs to be done. That is a kind of a relief. I mean, most of the time, there's always something that needs to be done. There's always a path of betterment to some degree, and it's absolutely impossible. There's nothing better. There's nothing worse. All there is this immediacy. There's just what is.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Jackie.
Hey, David.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
It's still it's still so remarkable to me that you're now one of these speakers.
Oh well, it's
it's mad, isn't it?
ridiculous. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's gorgeous. Good to be with you. Yeah, I wanted to. Yeah, I'm telling myself a story that this, like, so I'm sort of really obsessed with listening to this stuff. Like, I listened to Jim this morning, and it's like, I'm like, when's the next meeting? And it's been really tough because there was no meetings, for days, and it's like, I just have to listen to recordings.
Yeah.
But it seems like listening to this message again and letting go of, or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of, I was talking before about doing a lot of self-development stuff and leading events. Really making that effort to become, and like that's kind of fallen away now. I'm listening to this, and my mind is incredibly quiet, like spookily quiet kind of thing.
Interesting.
And it's like somewhere that it's like that. I mean, who knows? That might only last another few days, but there is somewhere I'm not taking any notice of thoughts and feelings, and before there was a lot of significance and a lot of drama.
Yeah.
I've got to work out. I've got to work this out. I've got to make a decision. I've got to deal with these emotions, and that seems to have, for the moment, quietened down to, like I say, almost like scarily. It's so quiet in here, and I suppose then, yeah, and it's almost like, do I need to go any further with that? But I don't know if you remember, like I was saying about, making this choice somehow between.
We talked about it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I gave my notice in.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, it's just.
I've got a month. I've been given a month to change my mind, but so but it's.
Well, that's all of that kind of stuff with self-development is really, as you well know, is an effort. It's a huge effort to get somewhere, to try to figure it out and to try to get better. And so there's a huge amount of turmoil in that. There is a real, there's a huge amount of, trying to get somewhere. And of course, inevitably, there'll be a complete failure. That will fail. It may not fail for a while. You can keep going for quite a bit, but then in the end, of course, you're not going to keep up with, getting on the treadmill of self-development. And as soon as you step sideways for a second, it's all, the whole thing fails. So this is interesting because this is complete failure. This is the end. This is failure. This is total failure.
And just the lack of effort. Like when you say, like the body knows this, it's like it's effortless.
Yeah. It is effortless.
And, but the work I was doing, it was not, it was about my development, but it's very much about offering that to other people.
Well, that's even harder, because then you have to be on the treadmill for them as well. You have to motivate them to keep going. Bloody hell, that's that's quite a lot.
Yeah, it was exhausting, and constant failure. It's like you climb up this kind of rock face, and you get somewhere, and then you lose your grip, and you're down the bottom again.
Yeah.
But it's still like, should I, surely I need, I need to be making a contribution. It's kind of like, I don't know, like it's all doesn't, nothing makes sense in that world anymore.
No. Well, it wouldn't. I mean, there's something about this which really doesn't make sense of any of that. It cannot make. This really doesn't understand that at all. It's just like, oh, that's weird. That whole idea of productivity and needing to do this this has got absolutely no understanding of that whatsoever. It's just all there is this.
Wonderful. Yeah. Interesting times. Thanks, David. Back to you later.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Hi, David. It's me again.
Hi, Leander. Hi.
Just to follow on.
Yeah.
So this is, I always get to this place where I can't be around other people.
Yeah.
And I can't get involved with anything. So, but there is something that, I mean, I can do a lot of time alone, I mean, I love that. But of course, it feels, I don't know what it is that kind of also, can't be isolated all the time. I need some.
Oh, yeah.
But do I? I don't. I mean, but this is where I always get to, and so it kind of feels a bit like.
I get.
It's not
I get that.
Yeah. You understand?
I do, of course, because it's, I mean, inevitably, that sort of, that quality of contraction of me is kind of really supported and uplifted by other me's that are really on a path to get somewhere and to do something about it. And so in the end, that becomes kind of it becomes very difficult, pretty intolerable, really. But also at the same time, that body is just naturally a magnet, which is where there is just attraction and repulsion. There's nobody doing it. It just goes towards what it's attracted to and away from what it's repelled from. And that's what just happens. No, there's nobody doing any of that. That's just what goes on. And those things are going on simultaneously. It's just both of that, but all of that is happening at the same time.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of it. And all really that I think that all really that goes on in the end is that there is just when there isn't anyone, there's exactly the same sense that there is a kind of sense of there being that sort of that noisiness, if you like, of stories or whatever is going on, but there's no self-conscious concern about any of it. It's just really that there's a movement towards and a movement away, and that's it. It's very simple. Does that
yeah. I mean, okay. Of course. It's like, so me feels like I'm losing everything.
Yeah.
I'm losing everything.
Yeah.
And And this whole thing, life, is about losing everybody, everything, and trying to function in the world is, really difficult. But of course, that functioning needs to kind of happen, doesn't it?
Well, that
If
functioning,
I need to earn a living, I
yeah,
need to,
sure.
So
But that functioning can go on without me. Without me, there,
yeah.
that
Even if what the functioning is kind of not about this, because it's kind of,
doesn't matter.
doesn't it matter?
No, not at all. There's, what, there's no parameters. There are people where this has fallen away that are going on doing all kinds of things, there's, bus drivers and, all kinds of things. Many different versions. So there's no parameters of what this is just the end of seeking. All this is just the end of seeking.
I'm not a bus driver. I think it would be easy if I was a bus driver.
Yeah. Sure. Well, I mean, look, I mean,
like that
there's nothing.
Like that is part of the, sorry.
Yeah. No. All I was going to say is that there's nothing that you need to do, right? So when there isn't anyone, then quite simply, what is naturally retained will be retained. What isn't will just fall away. There isn't anything to do here. There's nothing to do. This is not an instruction manual. This is just actually an expression saying all there is immediacy. There's just immediacy for no one. That's it. And that there isn't any requirement of you to figure this out and to figure out a strategy to get ready for when there isn't anyone.
Okay, yes. Okay, yeah, I get it. God,
me as a strategist. It's just a strategist. That's what it does. It's strategizing to make sure that I'm going to be okay, right? So it's always in a strategy. This is one strategy, another strategy. It's trying to find an approach. This is the end of strategy.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Nice to hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Jackie.
Yeah. So just still in that, looking at what's happened this week, I noticed that, so I still found myself at a meeting before this one from my workplace, if you like. It's called Landmark, but and it was an inquiry. It was just a half-hour call, and it was an inquiry into what does it mean to be authentic, or something like that.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. But what I noticed was I wasn't there to get anything. I wasn't there to develop myself or to be or to be a contribution. I was there because I love inquiries. Like I did a philosophy degree. I just love. Well, I love talking. And I kind of love the sound of my own voice, type of thing. And I love, not in a bad way, but I love exploring things, ideas and concepts and using language. And I was aware that the way I was at that meeting, just because I find it pleasurable, there wasn't any in order to.
Sure.
Well, and it's like, okay, that's different. So I no longer feel that I want to lead events, because that's very much purpose. It has a purpose and an intention. And I can't do that. But I can, there's still a draw. It's like you said about the magnet. There's still an attraction.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like a crossword puzzle. You know, I mean, there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. If you like crossword puzzles, then it's fine. You know, you can
Yeah.
you can play around with words and, you know, and stuff like that. It's got no meaning, no purpose. It's not going
Yeah.
anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, exactly. Why not? Because I love jigsaws. You know, and it's just like a puzzle, and like I don't need to stop. I mean, not, I mean, I'm not deciding to do anything, but
No, no,
it's not like I have to talk, you know, I'm going to be coming, you know, I'll never go to that kind of thing.
no,
Yeah,
no, no.
actually, I really enjoy them
Well, that's
when,
fine.
you know, yeah, like you say, without any purpose except, yeah, pleasure. So,
Yeah. In fact,
yeah,
the only thing that is me in that is actually the questioning of whether you should engage with that or not.
yeah,
But that's the but yeah, essentially yes, the nature of that there is no limit to this. It's this is already everything. It doesn't. There isn't anything which this isn't. You know that what is
yeah,
apparently happening is it includes me. You know, and all of the
yeah,
various different facets of that. The me state is also what is apparently happening.
yeah, yeah. There's nothing wrong with
No, there's nothing
enjoying
wrong with
that.
any of it. You know, that's
Yeah,
the whole thing here is not this is not a me bashing session. This is actually
yeah,
just this is just actually an expression. It's not even a message. This isn't a message. There's no message here going to anybody. This is just an expression. Just pointing out over and over again, in fact, that there isn't anything to do, and that
mm,
there's no possibility of getting this right. You know, that there's a huge thing about, I think that with me, that there a huge dilemma about getting it right, because there's a whole everything that is associated with me is all about getting it wrong.
mm,
You know, I've got it wrong. I got it wrong. I must have got it wrong, because otherwise I wouldn't be suffering. I wouldn't have this suffering. That, you know, so that is obviously me getting it wrong. I've got it wrong somewhere. Well, there isn't anyone, and there isn't any possibility of there being of you, me, being the source of sufferance, of my own sufferance. Who created that? You know, there isn't anyone that created that. This is a fever. The state, the me state, the state is an apparent fever. Who did that? You know,
yeah,
it's there's no blame. This is the end of
yeah,
blame, the end of blame, the end of shame. This is where it all
yeah,
dies.
yeah, yeah. I love that innocence,
Yeah, yeah,
and like, and with it kind of has always struck me like that it's all blind.
yeah,
Who said that? Was that
yeah.
Tony one? Yeah, that it's blind. There's nothing that's conscious.
No, there's no need for consciousness or
Yeah,
awareness or all of that. In that is me. Consciousness is me. It's another word for me. Awareness is another word for me. It's just the cool fly on the wall documentary version of me.
yeah, yeah. And you know the thing about attention. I don't know. Was it you spoke about that last time? Just you know that attention is natural. You know our attention goes to whatever, and that's not the same as awareness.
Yeah, yeah,
But there's
yeah.
like there's this add-on, isn't there? Like your attention's on a robin in the garden, and
Well,
it's just the
you
robin.
don't have an attention. There isn't anyone with an attention. Attention apparently happens. And also what might apparently happen is me looking at attention happening,
Yes, yes,
which is a consciousness or awareness or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and it's really kind of irritating. Like can be so
Yeah.
absorbed in something, like a robin or whatever,
Yeah.
and then this completely useless kind of distraction of like,
Yeah.
oh, there's me looking at the robin, and it's like, go away. It's just annoying kind of thing. It doesn't add
Yes,
anything.
it's sticky, yeah. it's kind of sticky. It gets in everywhere, you know. It's
it's like me. Don't look at the robin. You look at me. Look at me looking at the robin. You know, it's like this demand. Like the me wants attention the whole time.
Yeah,
It doesn't like it when he can give attention to something else. No. Look at me looking at the robin.
Yeah.
Tedious.
Yeah. Yes.
Thanks, David.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Hi, Nanda.
Hi, David.
Hi. Nice to see you.
Yeah, I was thinking that memory is also something of the me, because when there's no.
It doesn't have to be. Memory can just be just memory. It can just be memory appearing to happen. That's just what it is. But generally what goes on is that memory is taken and becomes my memory. It's mine. It becomes part of my story. And then it's a part of a memory of the past and a projection of that into the future. It becomes part of a storyline. Yeah. It's mine.
Yeah, it's more made special by
me.
And
whereas just memory can just be.
Of course.
It can just be without there being a link into a kind of story.
Yeah, it also reminded me more like when you're dreaming, then there's also no memory because there's no me. Or I mean, a little memory, but as there's no me, there's no sticky.
Yeah, it's less. I agree. I think they're in that, and even more so when there is no even there is a part of sleep which is completely dreamless, and there isn't anything going on as well.
Yeah.
And that's very clearly no one. But yes, even what you're saying is true as well. There can just be, memories, things going on without there being anyone. Yeah.
It's something else, but what I find very interesting when you have anesthesia.
Yeah.
Then you wake up the next moment. You're operated for an hour, or 2 hours, or 3 hours, and it's really you wake up, and then it's like no time has passed.
Yeah.
When I'm in my bed, then I wake up, then I kind of know, is it 3 hours? Is it 5 hours?
Yeah.
There is still some.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
Yes, it absolutely can be. Yeah, and there's just a sort of an end to that functioning there. Yeah, knockout.
Yeah.
So this is all in a certain sense. This is all to kind of point out that the apparent me, is an inconsistent quality. It is not something which is an absolute. It is an absolute, thing. It is something which comes in and out. It's not real. There's nothing real about it.
Yeah, absolutely. But also that when you're sleeping without dreams, there's still something going on, like not a consciousness or an awareness, because that's exactly not there. But there's still something there that you have the feeling that some time has passed.
Well, I mean, I think that the whole nature of time is me. So, I mean, there may be a sense that there is, time is really just sort of conceptual. All there is what's apparently happening. All there is this.
Yeah, but then what is the difference between being under anesthesia and dreamless sleep?
Well, nothing really. I mean, it's just that there isn't anyone in both of those situations. There isn't.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay, never mind.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Jackie.
Yeah, something about dying.
Yeah.
So, like, to the me, what we're talking about here is a death.
It's I mean a death as in a fantasized death. Yes. Yeah.
I just wonder, because it's almost like when my mind goes quiet and there's it feels like the me's quiet, whatever, but along with that is this is a fear. It's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
is it about to, I'm about to disappear.
Sure.
And I was just wondering with you or any of the talk about you, was there any sense of that fear?
Not no, there wasn't. I mean, there isn't. There wasn't a fear here about this. It wasn't really about fear. It was really, in a certain sense, a kind of a resignation to the idea that I would never get it, which was absolutely correct. But really, ultimately, it was more that there wasn't that I couldn't get hold of it. Yeah, it was more frustration and sort of irritation, if you like, around that, and also depression, really. So it wasn't really that sense of there being a fear about this, because somehow there was a sense that what is being expressed is completely natural. This is completely natural. There's nothing, super supernatural about this. It's just what is.
Yeah.
This is just what plants and animals and things go about. How that goes on without me. Everything goes on without me. Even this is all going on without me. It's just that there is an apparent idea that there is me.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. That again, I don't know where I hear these things, but whoever said it really struck me that like this is more natural and more obvious than duality.
Yeah. Well, when there isn't anyone, it's just well, actually what it is, dualism is what is the radical quality. That's what's radical. What is actually just, totally, totally as common as muck. This expression is coming out of that. It's not coming out of something radical. It's radical for me, but that's, who cares in a way? Who cares? So this is not something that is for me. This is not for me. This isn't for anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, since I kind of heard that, I just feel like the fear is lessened somehow. It's like, it's not a big deal.
No, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's not a big deal. It is, it is a huge, I would say it's a huge relief. But it is not a big deal. I mean, big deals are what me does. Me is the businessman that makes the big deals. This is not a big deal at all. This is a shit deal, to be honest. You don't get anything.
Yeah. And it's not like, because that is, or this is, whatever, the kind of natural. I don't know. I just again noticed the kind of comfort. Like all that's missing is the me. It's like all the richness of life carries, is the natural way. Like it's only this add-on me that's not there. It's not.
Well, it's that which veils what is. It's that's which apparently veils. It's that seeking which veils what is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it feels like it also justifies for me that that I haven't ever really had ambition.
Yeah.
Apart from the ambition to know reality, of course.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing is that it's funny that's what when you as I've said before, talking to people within the sort of non-duality, groups and things like that who will say, "Oh, I've got no ambition. I don't have any ambition. I just want everything."
Yeah.
It is quite a massive ambition actually, but it's a kind of hidden ambition which is kind of like it's not like what you find in the city, but actually it's exactly the same. It's the same energy, but it's just about seeking something which is it can't be. Well, there's a recognition there that it can't be found in in what is kind of looked for materially or whatever. Yeah, it can't be found at all actually, but yeah.
Yeah, I can hear that. That the story that I'm making about that. It's the me that's trying to make that into a good thing.
Yeah, well, better. Yeah. It's
like I haven't had material ambition. Like, isn't that good?
Exactly.
Really spiritual. Which I'm not at all. Like, but
it's a one-upmanship. It's a kind of spiritual one-upmanship. It
is, which is such bullshit. A relief from being like just a total failure in life.
Well, but I mean, this is failure even at that. This is the failure of all of it. It doesn't have to look any particular way, but this is certainly the failure of all attempts to find any kind of spiritual personal enlightenment or whatever. It's the joy of that.
Yeah.
Hi, Nanda.
Hi, David. Is there any movement still in your perception?
Movement?
Yeah. It's liveliness itself, but
well, there's there's apparent movements. Yeah, there's the appearance of movement, but there isn't any. There is nothing happening. This is the end of time.
But nothing happening sounds a bit dull.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does sound, but it does to me. You know, me really feels that nothing happening is extremely boring. But actually, that's really not the case. In fact, it's the me is always expecting something to happen. It's always about what's going to happen next. So it's always looking for what's going on next. There isn't anything next. There's just immediacy. There's just just this light, colors, tables, chairs, desks, whatever. It's just this. No addition.
That's apparent.
Everything is an appearance, if you like, which is another way of saying there is no time.
Yeah.
It's all the same. All the same stuff. Different words, same shit being said.
I think why I'm interested is because it's totally I have enough of the me, but it doesn't sound too attractive how you paint a picture.
So what you're looking for is like, you want to know, if you're going to decide to let me go, then you want to know what it's like, so that you can make sure that you're getting something good on the other side. That's the idea. There isn't another side. There's just what is. And there's no choice about that falling away. That may, be kind of, weighing up the possibilities. You may be kind of going,
you're choosing, the longer it will take.
Well, no, you could not at all. That you can be in the midst of kind of choosing between one insurance policy and another one, and the whole thing falls apart. It doesn't matter what you do.
Okay.
This is not about anything that you do or don't do or stop doing or whatever.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with you. This has nothing to do with you. There's no escape from this, because this is just what is.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Michael.
Hey, David.
Hi, Michael. How you doing?
I'm always driving. I feel like every time.
No, it's fine, man. No problem. Just
I drive for a job.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how the money is made here. Anyways, hi.
Hi.
Yeah. So I don't really know what to say. I just wanted to say something. I guess I think really there's just I know that to me, it's just trying to make sense of it and like make it seem important.
Sure.
And there's moments constant, like obviously, because the me's not constant, so there's moments where, like, you know, everything is just new. You know, everything is new.
Yeah.
Everything is new. You know, and then like to me, and mostly, I mean, this is how, like, you know, coming in contact with people or something. You know,
Yeah.
so like, because I'm fucking here, you know, that's how I don't know that. Like, I don't think that, like I'm not like I'm here, but it's like this fucking armor that just like,
Yeah.
like when I'm, like, and you know, just like going to the store, you know, like family life is great, you know, but like just little things that I like wouldn't even know about, but it's intense in this, like, you know, going to the store, getting a part for fix something in the house, blah, blah, blah. Going to the store, I'm like, fucking fearful armor, like, and like glitching out, like, and I'm fucking serious, you know, like but it's just, I guess it's just like, you know, there's nothing happening, you know, like there's nothing happening, like it's so like, boom, you know, it's so boom, and then like me, and it's like so back and forth, and like,
but I mean, nobody's doing any of it.
You're fucking here.
Yeah, nobody's doing any of that. I mean, it's
it doesn't feel, it feels that way. It feels like I'm not doing it, you know?
Yeah, well, there isn't anyone.
Purposely, like, do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also like, before me running into this, like, this communication, this incredibleness, like, which was like known that was there somewhere, not just the communication, but obviously it's revealed that it's just like everything, you know, but it was just like, you know, I know that there's something like I know that I can do anything, you know, I can go on, do like hard things or whatever. And it's like, and it's okay. I know there's a way that I can just be okay in anything, you know, basically just like the me saying, like, without really realizing, like, me, like, if I'm not here, like, everything, like, no matter what the situation, storm, blah, 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 a hard job or something, like, you know, I am okay, like, as long as this bullshit is not here, you know, as long as, like, it's like,
yeah, I mean, there's always preferences, you know, that body will always have preferences, will go towards what is pleasurable and away from what is painful, and it will do that completely naturally without there being anyone as well. But in a certain sense, there's a kind of okayness in a certain way. And it ultimately really what that means is that there just isn't any seeking. This is the end of seeking.
Yeah. And it's like pretty normal. It's like, you know, I don't want to be here. Like, you just don't want to be there. And it's not like, oh my God, like, I got to do something. You know, it's just like, I just don't want to be here type thing.
Yeah.
You know? Sure enough. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to like open my mouth because I felt like I was drowning here, just like, not just in the conversation, but I guess even before or whatever, like just with contraction, and
that's okay. No problem. Yeah. No problem.
And I just wanted to, I guess, like express that.
Yeah.
I want to say something like, there's no seeking in the sense of like I got to figure it out really anymore. Like, there's nothing to figure it out. Like, you know, like it's known that there's nothing that I can figure out.
Yeah.
It's just this contraction that just like,
it's
like comes over and then that's what I'm like.
It's
just like,
yeah. It's, I mean, there's a you know, a long time before there is, you know, me apparently falls away. There can be the end of questions about this. There can be absolutely no questions at all. There doesn't have to be any questions about this at all. This is not about questions, and this is not about any kind of understanding. There's nobody here that can provide any kind of understanding. So there's nothing to get, you know. But in the end, there can be just the falling away of that sense of separateness, which is apparently what can go on. It can come and go, you know.
it's like, so it's like a battle type. It seems that way for me, you know, like there's contraction, and it's like clearly just this. It's clearly like, you know, it's okay. Yeah, that's what it seems here. Like it's clearly, you know, just this. I'm sitting here. I'm sitting in the car driving, you know, speaking with you apparently, and there's contraction. So the battle, you know, it's like fuck off. It's this, you know.
Yeah. Well, there's another part of me that comes in and criticizes the part of me that is the observer or the other part. It's like
I'm feeling it in my throat, my chest right here, you know, like
it's just what's apparently happening.
Yeah, but there's nothing because it's like there's nothing that I'm doing in the sense of like I didn't cause this.
No.
Like if blah blah blah, like whatever, me going to a store right now and maybe using the restroom, like that's just what's going on. There's nothing, and I can the contraction can be to like you know, but there's, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, incredible.
Thank you.
Incredible. Yeah, great. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Laura.
Hi.
Hi.
First of all, I need to say sorry. I don't know why I asked the question which I'm going to ask.
No problem.
Thanks. So, what are you actually expressing? You are expressing that seeking has stopped.
All that's being expressed here is that all there is immediacy. There's just what is.
But you have attended in your past.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So-called meetings where exactly that same message or expression was going on, right?
Yes, totally. Yes.
Yes. So it sounds then that because of that.
Yeah. No, I totally get it, and that's the sort of weird dilemma, isn't it? That it's kind of like if you know, well, I mean, first of all, Tony will you know has said many times that, you know, there can be a person, you know, there has been people that have just walked in the first time that they've ever been to one of his meetings, and it's all over without him even saying anything. It's just finished. And then there can be what appears to be these sort of things going on and carrying on sitting there for 20 years and you know, in that you know, looking and hoping and all of this kind of stuff. And then when there is an apparent falling away, there's a recognition that all of that whole apparent time was just apparent time. There wasn't anything, that there wasn't a chronological process. It's just a story. That suddenly that ends, that whole story ends, and there's also the recognition that that person at the front that was deified here, that this deified, that, you know, that being at the front, that must have had some information, but all that he would always say was that there's nothing here for me. You know, he would constantly point that out. This did not recognize that at all. In the end, it was the falling away of actually even the idea that speaker had something for me. It was the whole end of that whole idea that there was any importance in that speaker and what was being said. So this is pointing out is that there isn't anything important. There isn't anything that is a transformative process You know, this is the whole thing, all about process, all about needing to get somewhere. There is just apparently a dissolving into just what is. Apparently. And there's no reason for that.
Yes. So that's I mean, I don't this is like, I'm not asking to justify your
No.
Oh, okay, good. So but hold on a second. But this, you just said that it is just for it was a apparent dissolving into nothingness. Yeah. So, and this was not triggered. It was not triggered. This dissolving was not triggered, right?
No.
Yes. So
it's cause and effect. Me thinks in time and cause and effect. So it's always looking for something that's a cause, something that's an effect. It's looking for a timeline. Me is time. So when that ends, it's the end of that sort of that way of understanding, if you like. It's the end of that.
But I feel that I can only, like, I hear that. Or you say that, I hear that, and that can only be like, okay, then I feel it's like, okay, I can either believe you this exactly or not.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, and to just to go back on what you were saying before, this is not here to sort of qualify anything.
Yeah.
So it is. Essentially, this is not looking for sort of justification or verification or anything of that nature. This is just an expression, and it essentially, me will believe it or not believe it, but essentially, me is the one that's in the idea that there is something to believe in. This is the end of belief.
Yes. And is it okay to ask more?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Thank you. And but beforehand, so to speak, I mean, yes, I need to use this language.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And beforehand, you would not come up with the idea to, for example, invite to a Zoom meeting and saying this is all there is.
Oh no.
And that very happening is happening, but you are not doing it yourself, right?
Well, nobody is ever doing anything.
Yeah.
But this in this thing, no, this is not, of course, as with everything else, this is not me doing anything. This is just what seems to go on. This is a response.
A response. Yes. And with this response thing, you mean you refer to that what you have described quite sometimes, that there is a kind of a question, an energetic question in the realm.
Like whatever. Yeah.
And this is kind of a sort of response.
It's a response. Yeah. It's a response to, in a way, it's sort of a response to seeking, although of course it doesn't actually answer anything, which is very annoying, of course, for me. Yeah.
Okay. But I would say that I did not know about this question energetically.
Yeah.
I was not sensing that, also, to speak. I can hear them again. You, for example, expressing this is a sort of response without responding substantially. And then again, I can say, oh, okay, I did not know that. Again, yeah.
Yeah. But in a certain sense, there's something that comes out there and something that comes out here. You know, in a certain sense, whether that's called a question or whether it's called a response.
Yeah.
In a way, it's just noise. You know, it doesn't matter about that at all. It's just what's going on. This isn't about the words that are spoken as being something where there's something in the words that are important. This is just expressing. There isn't a reason for it. It's a dog barking, or there isn't anything vital about the words that are giving something to anybody. Yeah.
Yeah. And and is it pleasurable for you to express like that?
Yeah. It's lovely. Yeah, it's lovely. It's yeah, it feels natural, so to speak. Yeah.
Right. And what was from the many conversations we already had, I would say the most resonating thing was like that you once described that the me is a resistor for the as such natural expression of anybody, right? Of all the that the bodies are naturally like water flowing.
Yeah.
Like and me tries to interrupt that flow in a way all the time way.
Yeah, I mean, in exactly the same way, as a fever, it's really kind of an inflammation. But it's in a way that's these are just ways of expressing something that can't be expressed really. But it's just there isn't, when I say those sort of things, very often me can kind of latch hold of that and say, oh, this is what's happening, and I need to then find a solution to this. But essentially this is just a description. Yeah.
Yes, but I feel they are quite beautiful, those descriptions. And but again, then when I hear fever, then I feel immediately, okay, come on, and then
there must be a cure. Yeah, I know. But I mean, but in a way, that's what me does. Where even when it's not a fever, it kind of goes, well, what's the cure? How do I find the cure? So. Unfortunately, me will be looking will be seeking for something to stop the apparent contraction, the apparent feeling of separateness.
Yes, right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Have a lovely evening.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, Michael. Yeah, hi.
Yeah, you just answered it.
Okay.
I'm trying to stop it.
Yeah, great.
It's normal to not have any more questions about this.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think within the first sort of couple of months with Tony, I lost all the questions. I never asked the question in those meetings. Yeah. Not really.
That's great.
I mean, I did. I think I might have asked sort of confirmational things.
Yeah.
But in the actual meetings themselves, I never asked anything.
Because you were still trying to find something.
Well, no, but it was absolutely obvious that what was being expressed there was absolutely what is. It was completely clear that was it. There wasn't anywhere I didn't need to go and search for something somewhere else, or find another speaker to kind of tell me the same thing with a slightly different packaging. And anyway, there wasn't very many people at that time talking about what this is. But it was obvious that there was nowhere else where, why would I bother? It was very clear that that's what it was. But yet, just because there's clarity about something does not mean that there's the end of seeking, does not mean that there's the end of a sense of separateness, which is in a way the kind of difficulty about the way that this conversation goes on with people that talk about this, because there can be extreme clarity and a variety of beautiful words and expressions that get used, and there is still separation there. There's still a sense of separateness. So there is a
it's just it doesn't. It's a sense. There's no separation. There's no separation.
No.
There's no separation. It's just a sense. It's a strong illusion. I guess I could tell myself all these things.
Yeah, you could. You could have a list.
Yeah.
And then you would get very annoyed with yourself when you didn't, complete the list for the day or whatever.
Oh, fuck the list. Yeah, it's just the concept. Sometimes I'll forget them and I'm like, fuck, But it's easy. It's just this. It's just the contraction, but it's not. It's just a strong illusion. It feels very real, but there's nothing here.
Yeah. I mean, the main point is that what is doesn't require maintenance.
Yeah. That's what it feels like. Yeah, like it feels like it's delicate, like
yeah, it isn't. Like, no, that's the point. That this is not delicate. This is what's delicate is me. Actually, this is what this is apparently deeply robust. It's all there is. Yeah. That's quite robust. That. So
it kind of keeps it here a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I try to keep it, or tries to, like the contraction.
Yeah. Yeah. Me is quite fragile.
It's scared, like fearful.
Yeah.
It's just fearful of everything.
Yeah, sure. That's the nature of it. It's not doing that on purpose. There's no purposeful, and there isn't anyone in there doing that. It's just that me is a one-trick pony, which is just all about contraction. It's just holding on. All it does is hold on. There's no control. There's nobody in there doing it. It's just apparent contraction for no one. That's just what it is. What it does. And it does that, and it does that, and does that. And then, apparently, it's over.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
And that's very clear to me. But to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. Yeah. Me has got this. He understands the whole lot.
Yeah. It's very clear that it persists until it just does it. It's just clear,
Yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't, I guess, but it kind of there's no help because, it's just a sense, but it helps in the sense of like, if I didn't, who gives a shit what I'm here with the story, like I would continue with the persisting.
Well, it's when me least expects it.
2477. Yeah. Yeah.
There's no creeping up. There's no creeping up on everythingness. You can't creep up on everythingness.
Like what me at least expects it in the sense of like contraction. And then it's like, oh, I know there's contraction. It's like I guess I'm trying to put a formula. I'm really not, but I'm trying to just understand what it is. Yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Michael. Thanks. Yeah. Hi, Jackie.
Yeah, just curiosity. You know, like all the religions, like a lot of my friends are on a kind of like, you know, spiritual path. You know, they meditate, and you know, I'm in a group called Heartfulness.
I'm sorry to hear
You know,
that.
it's very much about, you know, being kind and loving, and like why I'm just kind of curious, like, you know, because it's got nothing to do with unconditional love. Like why have all these religions hooked onto the idea that enlightenment is a loving, something to do with love?
Yeah.
Just
Well, it's conditional. It's conditional love. You know, it's just it's just me's version. You know, of that, which is kind of much more sort of. It's really just about preference. Just about actually the preferences becoming love. You know, so it's very particularly associated with my preference. That's what love is associated with preference. That's mine. That's what I want. You know, and so that's what love must be. Love must be what I want, because if I get it, then I've got love. And in fact, what is expressed here is not about love in that way. That's why, in a certain way, I don't use the word love often, but it is actually just unconditional and neutral. It's unconditional neutrality. It's all there is.
So the me version is just like looking for a nicer experience.
That's right. It wants to make my life better. So it's looking for something that is going to make my life better. Now, that body will just go towards pleasure and away from pain. It just naturally does that. It's constantly doing that. That's just the nature of that. But the idea and ideology of making my life work and be better is what falls apart here. You know, that whole idea, that whole concept of there being a loving state that I can get to, that when I am enlightened, everything will be the way that I want it to be. All of that is what falls apart here. That's all a kind of dream, but totally a dream.
Yeah. And the, like for the me as well, like kind of, you know, becoming loving or whatever, it very much reinforces, you know, that I'm a good me, and you know, I'm important.
Yeah.
Because I bring, you know, I'm a contribution in the world, and I help people.
Yes.
You know, have a better life, and you know, like that just feeds. I think that's why, you know, like it's in a way it seemed easy to kind of give up my job, because it's like it's just reinforcing that sense of.
Yes. And but the interesting thing is that no matter how much there is a reinforcement of that, it can still fall apart at any moment. Me is an extremely precarious position. No matter how much it is reinforcing itself, it can reinforce itself in a very strong meditative practice and be very, I'm going to make it to enlightenment, you know, and whatever. And in the midst of all of that shit, there can be a complete falling away of me. You know, there can be a complete falling and total recognition that everything that was done in order to get there was a complete and utter, you know, it was a dream.
Story, yeah.
Okay. And so there's it doesn't matter what is done or what isn't done. You know, there can be a person also that just lies about and doesn't do anything, and there can still be me that carries on in that doing, non-doing. There can be a very deep me that's there in the midst of that so it doesn't matter what is done, what is not done. You know, this is not about anything to do with me's strategy. This is the end of strategy.
Yeah, because even like when you said earlier about, you know, I think it was me that was asking you, but you know that you got to a point of resignation.
Yeah.
So then the me's like, okay, so I need to get to a point of resignation, and then maybe
Absolutely, it's another strategy, of course. Yeah,
looking,
I mean, you would hear like, Tony would say, "Oh yeah, checkmate," and I would think to myself, "Gosh, I wish I was at checkmate." And of course, what he's saying is that there isn't anyone. There's nothing that can be done. But in a certain sense, I would kind of, in me, in that strategizing, I would think, oh yeah, that's another step. There's no steps.
Yeah.
And there's nothing, nobody does anything. That's the wonder of it. It's just, all it is this. It's just immediacy. It's just what's happening. Just this. Without anything, without any additions, just what is. Amazing.
Yeah. 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 God, but yeah, like, just, like, I was saying earlier, that my mind's gone really quiet. It's like, oh, that's a step.
A sign. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a sign. Yeah. I must be getting closer.
Yeah. Signs. Yeah. What's wonderful is that there's no requirement for any more fucking signs. You don't need any signs. There's no more, thinking about like meaning. If I did this or this or this, then it means that this is a strategy. Meaning, purpose, all strategy.
Yeah.
This is the end of strategy.
Yeah.
That's a big relief. The end of strategy. Yeah.
And the me can't help but strategize.
It can't help that until it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, like the I can imagine the me would then like, okay, I'll stop strategizing.
Yeah, of course. That's another the strategy within the strategy. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff all.
Oh yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Deluded, I don't know.
But this is I mean, all of that in a certain sense is all about maintaining something, right? And it requires a huge amount of effort, a huge amount, really, you really need to be on it. You need to be on whatever strategy you're talking about. And this is actually just like totally the end of all that shit. There isn't any requirement for strategy. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, gorgeous. Yeah, because like the self-development stuff and then meditation.
Yeah.
Like my friends are just back from India. They just had a month out in the ashram and they had a great time and they're talking about how to maintain their condition. It's like, oh,
great.
Goodness.
Great. I mean, yeah, well, people try very hard with this.
Yeah.
Just what's happening. Just what's apparently happening. It's just
there just seems to be some relief in, for the moment, that attempt to make an effort. Like there's all this, can't help but strategize type of thing.
Yeah.
But it does feel like a dropping for the moment.
Well, I think a lot of people that are around this kind of communication, there's a lot of recognition that whatever is done is not going to help.
Yeah.
There's a huge recognition. I mean, I'm pretty sure that pretty much everyone, in this conversation recognizes that, that there isn't anything that can be done here.
Yeah.
On some level, there's always that sense. There's always that recognition because this is known. This is already known there. This is a child playing with a ball.
Mm.
This is already absolutely known. This is already naturally what is recognized in that body. It's already felt. It's already sensed. It's already over. It's already done. It's already finished.
And it's great to hear everybody. Wish more people would speak in a way like.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, well,
that we are, we are all on the same page with it.
It's lovely to, have these kind of things where people, whatever is open. This is just open. That's what I love about it. It's just openness to whatever comes through. And the end of hierarchy within that. I like that.
Yeah. There's no getting it wrong.
No.
all right.
No.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.
David, hello.
Hi, Sam.
It's
Hi.
Sam.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Yeah, just wanted to express gratitude. These meetings, they feel like sitting on the kindergarten floor.
That's nice.
With just clueless.
Yeah,
thank you.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, really nice to hear you. And just to say that's what is, sitting on the kindergarten floor. Just already all there is what is longed for is already this. It's already found. There's nothing to find. This is already done. This is already enough. And whatever is longed for, whatever huge effort seems to be going on, it's really not needed, because there's already what is. All there is this immediacy. All there is what's apparently happening. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming. Lovely to see you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, pleasure.
Thank you.
Pleasure. See you guys soon. Yeah.
Thanks, David.
See you soon. Yeah.
Thanks, David.
Pleasure. Bye for now. Bye bye.